So I know I've been doing a lot of educational topics, and that's my thing is literacy, education, everything related to, you know, reading and how to read and lesson plans and multilingual learners and justice for multilingual learners in the classroom. But I kind of wanted to extend this a little bit on like Palestine, right? And the Palestine Israeli conflict. And I wanted to sort of talk about it from a humanitarian perspective. I do know a lot about the conflict, I know a lot about the history. Um, but I just want your take on how you feel about what's going on there from a humanitarian perspective, from students, schools that are getting bombed, in both places. Um, how do you feel about that? In many regards, we are safer here. Um, but I want to know, like, what your thoughts are on the school systems and, where you stand with what's going on over there from a humanitarian perspective. We'll do deep dives into the school systems because I have a fifth book that I want to work on. And I want to do it with regards to protecting a school's sort of inner culture, inner language, identity, and with regards to Palestine and Israel and what goes on in the school systems. But before I do that, I do want to get an idea of sort of what your thoughts are on what's going on in in Palestine and in Israel, and where you stand on it. I have my thoughts and I have my opinions, and I just don't think that we should be causing violence. Anyone should be causing violence. I don't think that's the answer for anything. I believe that we need to protect our students, protect human beings, protect people from those things. I mean, just yesterday I was, walking around um, in my neighborhood, and it's very windy. And I was just walking, and palm trees, the bark from the palm trees, a big bulk of them just dropped. Like if someone was walking on that side of the and I was walking on the crosswalk or on the street, and not on the street, on the on the side of the street, uh, trying to get to an ice cream shop. And if someone was walking right there, that like a big block of bark would have fallen on them and hurt them. I mean, I'm mentioning this because thinking about the bombings and everything that's going on over there, can you imagine like what people are going through? That's enough for me to be scared. You know, I don't know what people are going through. So I kind of want to take this, I just want you to take this from a perspective of humanitarianism, um, safety, fear. What would you do? So I am going to kind of take this to a different level. I am trying to get some attention to my work, but part of my work is, you know, obviously multilingualism in the classroom, how to protect the student's identity while still trying to teach them English, because that is important to me. Um, and then just thinking about sort of what's going on in the Middle East and Palestine and Israel and the school systems and the bombings, and how do students learn? How do students learn in that environment? I mean, and that goes back to even American schools. Why are students so disengaged? Yeah, there's the social media aspect, but what else is really going on? What else is really going on at home? And this sort of, it kind of sparked my mind, because I had a student that he doesn't do anything in class, and he just doesn't do anything, and he listens to his music. He doesn't want to do anything. And then, honestly, I mean, I think that there is a skill deficiency issue, but I also think there's other stuff going on, which I didn't know about, but it was confirmed this past week. And so I'm not going to get into it for whatever reason, to protect people, protect me, protect the student. But I just want you to think about sort of your students and why they're not engaged. Is it just because of cell phones? Or is it because other things is going on in their lives, whether it's within their communities, whatever, home life, whatever. So I do want to take it through, like, what's going on in Palestine and Israel and those things. So what are your thoughts? All right, have a great Sunday.